Episode 11. Bob Part 2 is a long time coming. The filler episodes, the special editions. It was all done on purpose. I'm building hype. Can't you appreciate that? Look, I'm looking for listener opinions here. Is it funnier to mispronounce tragedy tradegy and to say tragedy of errors or comedy of errors? A comedy is really a tragedy and a tragedy is actually funny. So if my life's passion was to err, perhaps it would be funnier to say comedy of errors, because I would also be making the mistake of a comedy being funny. Several thought loops lead me to being right for all the wrong reasons, and maybe that is just as good. Enjoy. So the cat that is still in the bag. I was in a car accident. Stop! Don't worry. I'm fine. Well, my brain really hasn't been the same, and I've become a heavy smoker and coffee drinker, and I started a cult shortly after. But besides those obvious signs of dementia, look at me now. I'm making a podcast. My dead mother would be so proud. I'll make a pilgrimage to her unadorned grave marker to ask soon. In part, her raspy whisperings has inspired this whole decrepit debacle. With a segue like that, I can hop right to the post describing my hospital visitations. October 31st, 9:09 a.m. You'll have to forgive the recent lack of cult-like postings. My power has been drained by recent events, chiefly hospital visitations that have left me with a smallish amount of physical and mental energy. The pleas of the desperate and sickly folk resound in my damaged skull. No, the lead vest should cover the testicles. Please, this milk is past the expiry date. You can't have a pen, but you can have this phone. I accidentally typed a rove. You see, foolish, the word is mightier than the pen, so cast aside your sword and sharpen your tongue. Silver doesn't hold much of an edge. I suggest steel. It weakens me tremendously to feel as though the body blows pertain to bewildered bodies basking boldly in vicarious vestment. Clothes make the man, and you wear what I imagine you to experience. 1-800-CALL-SAM. As you can see, they cheated the standard phone modus operandi. 4 and then 3. 1343. The year 1343. The day April 23. As we all know, that was the day the St. George's Knights uprising began in Estonia. It's not a coincidence that George Bernstein founded a law firm whose specialty is auto injuries, whereas I was in an auto accident and am a direct descendant of Robert d'Angio. A thinker, but easily sorted if one's mind hasn't been drained by the white walls of sterility, the beveled and textured antibacterial surfaces of the poor helping rich men. Eat your vegetables, or more likely the cardboard manufactured dinner trays you so happily buy up at your local Admiral of Centenpennies. Eating your weight in glee each night as you answer trivial questions for imaginary amounts of money. Who is to blame for $3, Alex? The real risk is not the wager you place in your mind, but the wager you place daily on your own life. Double it, triple it, 4 times. Stay on another round. Oh, I see. You think my ramblings are some drug-induced madness. Well, let me tell you something. I am not a drug addict. I am a human being. I won't give up and give in to such folly. If you free your mind, you can feel any way that you please, and it pleases me greatly to confound mortals with my prowess, to indulge in my ego and entertain myself while they languish in mediocrity and ineptitude. There is something so very comforting about choosing and knowing it is a choice, rather than bumbling along like a 3-legged ant. 1343, there it is again. 34 seems to stand out, although as a rule you shouldn't search out such patterns unless you're willing to sort out the uninspired scribbles of humans with more amour than talent. October 31st, 5:11 p.m. I want to thank all of my Facebook compatriots having normalish Halloween encounters. I am home alone thinking about how poor I am, and how if I could afford candy I would undoubtedly regret consuming it because of the caloric content and wasted nutritional value. But honestly, I would have it no other way. My sacrifice is your gain. Menial slaves like me exist to give your lives meaning. Through our juxtaposition conflict, you are allowed to enjoy more fully. Think nothing of it, friends. It is the least I can do with my suffering. Comment 1. You think this is a joke? My life isn't some joke. I'm not here to make you laugh. I live in misery and have no friends. Do you understand what that's like? This is the opposite of vague posting. I'm being as specific as possible about my problems and no one cares. Help myself? Help myself to what? Another fresh serving of existential panic and destitution? Eat one of those jack-o'-lantern shaped Reese's cups on me. I hope you have a chocolate allergy. Comment number 2. Don't you think the fact that I'm writing these angsty Facebook posts at 7 p.m. on October 31st would be an indication that I've suffered enough? And yet the pain keeps flowing. The lack of recognition. Why don't girls like me? I'm handsome and funny. Only true warriors will repost this. This reference isn't for the faint of heart, but for the orange of hair, the elephants among us. Do I scare you? Am I 1B? Or does this bingo have a different agenda? Domingo, breach! Roger that. You have failed me. Alright, just kidding. Or am I highly unstable? What's the difference? Can a joke kill? Ask yourself that question next time you read a basic Batman comic. Get off my Facebook page if you're looking for some sort of rant. You won't find it here. Just authenticity, generosity wasted on public scum. Incarcerate me, incinerate me, isolate me, gaslight me, dose me with drugs. I will fight to the end for this world. You emphatically do not know me. Well, that's it for this episode. Up next is a special video announcement from the Doomsayer. I've also opted to include the water heater noise of the pump. It adds a certain down-to-earth charm. After all, I actually do live in a basement. Farewell, until later.